Karen Reider, Columbus, Ohio now.
Yay!
All right, so let's just start by when our audience had last connected to this poignant story of you and Katie. You were finishing up your big road trip.
You know what happened to me, like with that? I moved back to Columbus, and it was really nice to be really RTV from a distance. But then when you move back somewhere, and like you see people who recognize you maybe, or and let's just say I was being, like if I'm out with my friends being silly, I felt like really like watched, and so I went through a period of just like I want to be private for a minute, you know what I mean? And figure out, like, there was so much conversation about Kate and myself and who we were, and I felt so boxed in. Like, I still don't feel like I know who Karen Reider is apart from Katie, and there's just been so much discussion about her and us and that, whatever. I needed to like take a breather, step away a minute, which may have, you know, been a terrible thing for whatever momentum was happening with videos and possibly writing, but I needed that. And I felt like there was it wasn't a complete story unless I knew like what was happening next. So, and I didn't know what does that look like if I don't understand who I am as a human being. We moved back into the house that Katie and I had for all those years, and that was tricky, and just trying to figure out, I didn't know where else to go, I didn't know what else to do. Those were the only things that felt right at the time, and so I just started pursuing opening this business, and hoping that you know, the road would pave. You just lay a stone at a time and the road paves ahead of you, right, eventually. And it totally did.
Tell me about how Firefly Play Cafe came into being.
Yeah, well, we saw something similar, a play cafe in Los Angeles, and I knew in the moment that I was there, in the moments, 3 hours, I was like, this is absolutely the next step. It is what I think I was meant to do. And so just lots of thinking and conversing with friends and whatever. We went to many other play cafes and just spent the rest of the trip. That was kind of the halfway marker for when we were on the Great Adventure. So I spent the rest of that time just really researching other places and how they did it, and thinking about what I would want in mine, and watching my children interact in natural environments and nature that we were always in, and just tried my best to incorporate it into what we did. The name Firefly came from Aiden, ironically. My business partner and I sat forever trying to decide, what do we name it? Probably this one particular day, back and forth on the phone, like, what about Twig? No. What about Sparrow? No. Aiden, as if like irritated, was like, just why don't you call it Firefly? We're like, duh, yes, perfect. So a 5-year-old named a business, but it's awesome. It really is. I mean, it's not without struggles, and I second guess myself every day. I really do. It's just been so well received, and like this community has just welcomed us with open arms, and the word spread, all word of mouth, and we have just an awesome Facebook page, and people just invest. Like, I'm here every day, and so I see lots of the same faces that were complete strangers a year ago, and now there's just an arsenal of people that I love, and I love being like, everybody has a story, they really do, and I like value it so fully when that's shared with me, and people are so just open just to converse and share their lives, and I just feel so fortunate. When I describe it, if I'm going to describe it to people, I'm like, imagine Starbucks with play equipment. So people come, they pay per child that they bring with them based on that child's age, and you can stay all day, you can get coffee and tea and snacks, hang out with your friends, or meet people here, and it just seems like an environment that people, you know, always meet up with strangers, you know, just moms need support, moms and dads need support, and so that happens here. It just is an environment that fosters just communication and a shared connection. because we all have this similar, it's like for kids up to the age 5, so 5 and under. It's a tumultuous time in your life to have small people around. And so you need all the support and sometimes breaks that you can get. So that's what happens.
So you're really creating a community here.
Oh, we hope. I mean, that was our goal. Like, this is a community space. It's a total community space. And we are not just going to be, we're a business with a conscience. We have to be. So we're not gouging our customers on anything, on snacks, on food, on admission. We've tried to be very reasonable. And that stretches me financially. Absolutely, it does. But it's really important that everybody can come if they want to come. And we have to be giving back to the community. So we're having, just paying it forward. Other people need help. And I've been in that situation and I received an outpouring of support. So I want to do the same thing for my customers.
Do you see yourself finding love again?
I found love, yeah. I live with someone. We've been together for a year and some. And it is great. And I have tried to be pretty private for her. I don't know, just to protect her from, I feel it's kind of unfair to bring somebody into a life that I live, unless she has some time to just kind of adapt to it and become comfortable with it. And that's just that I'm just really out there. So I try to still be out there, but keep her in the background. But it's great. And she, is sick patient with me because, to tell you the truth, I love her and it's awesome. But my God, did she just have a plate of unbelievable circumstance to deal with and still does. And she's just so patient. Like, I think in her mind, she would be married, and would be in pursuit of having kids likely. And here I am like, whoa, I still feel, and I'm very honest with her, like I'm married to Katie. I feel like I understand by all intent, I get it. She's gone. She's not coming back. Our marriage is done, but it still feels like a huge betrayal to move on in that way, So I tread really slowly and lightly with her, and sometimes I feel really terrible, but I'm 1,000 times honest about it. So weird thing to have had an established life with somebody and to think that's it, end all be all, I'm done until I'm old and gray, and then to have, what happened. So I struggle with it so much. Like, do I really love this person? I know I do, but I always think but I have there's all these emotions to deal with. You know what I mean? Of what I had with Katie and what was normal to me then. Ugh, life can be tricky.
Because that's another thing I think is, it goes along with the is Karen happy question. Yeah. And people, when they see a story like this, what do they want?
They want happily ever after, immediately, as quickly as possible. Yeah. Everybody's in pursuit of happiness. Happiness is with us everywhere, every day, no matter the circumstance, if we can find it and search through the muck to allow it to happen. I don't know. I don't think there's a perfect ending. I'll probably make, decisions and moves that disappoint people. I'd probably do that every day. And I probably make decisions and moves that inspire and encourage people. So I don't know. I guess it's just about being comfortable with myself and knowing that it really doesn't matter what other people think, so long as I'm pursuing the things that I feel passionate about. And if I'm doing that and pushing myself every day and taking risks, then I'm real happy.